Hello everyone, this is SuperTylerMan and welcome to the 10th episode of Coolcraft. In the last episode we built our tree farm, built a mob farm, added more colors to our sheep farm, and expanded the roadways and started building the interstate highway. So the next several episodes are going to be very jam-packed with a lot of stuff, including building my theme park, and also, we're in 1.18, and we have a 1.18 base, so we'll be doing stuff there as well later this episode. So let's go visit our to-do list for today's episode. So here's our to-do list for today's episode. The first thing I want to do is to expand the mob farm and add more storage. So if you come over here for a second, although this is not fully full like it was last time, whoa, that's really full. I've been using a lot of bone meal for my tree farm, and since our last episode, I have farmed a lot more wood. So I'm going to need to expand the mob farm by adding more layers above right here, so I can get more mob loot. And also, at spawn, JSC Cool opened up a new shop, and I bought 54 stacks of cobblestone from the shop. That should help us get around 2 or 3 more layers above here so we can get some more mob loot from up here. And also, while I was gone off camera, I also built a storage system down here. I just dug it out and I have all the materials we need, kind of, to build this thing out here. So it's going to be a pretty big storage system here for all my mob loot. The next thing I want to do is to create a storage room for the mob farm and the iron farm. So I already showed you the mob farm one, which we're going to be doing first in the episode, and also for the iron farm. The third thing I want to do is to start working on a new shop. So the new shop I'm building is going to be called a bookshop. It's going to sell enchanted books and maybe a few other stuff. I haven't decided yet. The next thing I want to do is to start working on my theme park and start building our first ride. So I already have a first ride already in Lightmatica as a schematic already, so I can actually implement that into a time-lapse later on this episode. And 1.18 base. So in the end of the episode, we're going to go visit our 1.18 base, and starting this episode, we'll be doing one thing at that base every episode. So that's going to be very exciting. So the first thing on our to-do list is let's expand the mob farm and actually add more storage. So if we come over here to our mob farm, the mob farm is not in its best shape. It's just a beginner mob farm, and I want to add more layers to this mob farm. I don't want to have to deal with sticking with one floor, and I want to add 2 extra floors above in this area right here, so I can triple the amount of mobs and triple the amount of loot I'm getting to supply stuff for my tree farm right here. And also for some other stuff, like maybe trading rotten flesh with the villagers down here, so I can get some emeralds to help trade for books over here in this area, so I can do some trading for books and start our bookshop later in this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up 2 more floors of this mob farm so I can get some more mob loot, and also build our storage system down here. So here is a time lapse of me expanding the mob farm and building the storage system down below. Alrighty, so after like 30 minutes, I managed to finish up this entire mob farm expansion and also built our little storage system down here. I also AFK'd here for a couple hours afterwards and managed to get a little bit more loot. I will AFK here overnight to see how much more loot I'll be able to get. And now let's head to the second thing for today's episode. The next thing we need to do for today's episode is to create storage room for mob farm and iron farm. I did the mob farm part of it already because it was kind of in the first thing I had to do for today's episode. So the next thing we're going to do is to go to my iron farm and create a storage room. So if we come out here to this area real quick, so this is my iron farm. It produces iron pretty darn well, and it's kind of overloaded, as you can see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lead a line of hoppers down into this storage room right here and create an organizer for all the stuff that we've got from our iron farm here, just like we did with our mob farm down here, and organize everything into this area right here on this side of the wall. And as you can see, I got all the materials partially, the rest of them are in the shulker box right here, to build this iron farm storage system here all up. So I will be right back when that is complete. As you can see, our iron storage system is now complete. I have this little thing here I set up so I didn't have to use as many hoppers as I did over there. So what it is just checking to make sure there's anything in there. If there is, run this system several times. And as you see all the iron coming through this little waterway channel I made, we come down into here, you can see our iron is starting to get Wait, what's going on with the system? You better be joking. Okay, hang on a second. This ain't right. Now that's a lot better. Problem was I had a pressure plate on top of the hopper, which was blocking items from getting in there. So now that's fixed. We can check off that our iron farm storage system... Why does this happen? No wonder why it happens. I'll have to fix that up later. But as I was saying, we can now officially say that our iron farm storage system is now complete. And now we can move on to the next thing for today's episode. So the next thing I want to do in today's episode is start working on a theme park layout and start building a ride. So if we come over to my theme park, see these little trees over here? This is where I'm going to be building my first ride. So in this chest right here, I've gathered all the materials we needed to build our roller coaster. And it's going to be built right here, and this is going to be my theme park location. And I'm also going to start working on some paths and maybe work on the entrance a little bit. The next episode is going to be a big, heavy theme park where I'm going to finish up a few more rides. So what we're going to do is we're going to build our first ride right here. Start building an entrance, maybe, if we have time. Get a little bit of a layout going so I can start planning to start building other rides here in the theme park. So here is a time lapse of me building the first ride to my theme park. after 3 hours of building and digging, I finished up the first coaster at our theme park. This coaster is going to be named as the Wild Coaster because it's sitting on the natural terrain and it goes around these different areas, and I'm hoping to decorate and finish up the ride later on. But otherwise, it is now complete. And we can check off a half of number 2 because the next thing in our to-do list that we have to do is to start making an outline for all these paths here. I'm just going to make an outline of how the paths are going to be, and hopefully later on in the next episode we'll decorate this ride and build a couple more rides and start building our entrance to the theme park and finish up the paths then. So what I'm going to do is going to make an outline of the paths, and I will be right back when that is complete. Alrighty, so as you can see, I designed something over here which gives me a theme park layout. This is only temporary and may change over time as we continue building up our theme park. The yellow here are the paths that I'm approximately going to use around the theme park. And this blue here is where I'm going to place the entrance most likely to our theme park right here. So that is the paths, and we can say that our second thing off of our to-do list is now complete. Before I get into anything here, we're going to travel to the 1.18 base. And I'll explain why we're going there in a minute. And we'll see you guys when we get there. So right here, this is our 1.18 base. This base is going to be where JSD Cool, JRD Cool, me, and other members on the server who would like to participate, building a 1.18 base over here. We started this on JSD School's channel. Please go check out the video, which is currently linked in the description of the video. So off camera, I built this mob farm, and it works very well. And over here are these coordinates. If you're wondering why I'm saying don't do it, it isn't worth it, let me show you a video clip of what JSD Cool decided to do to me for 20 minutes. Okay, so apparently I'm right now by the zombie farm I built a while ago, and it says to go to these coordinates. So it's asking me to go to -190, 26, and -554. And if my math is correct, that is going to be somewhere near spawn. So, let's head all the way up to spawn. Shall we? Okay, so we're now currently at spawn. We're not far from here, so let's head to -190, -554. So that will be in this direction. So -554, -190. So it's going to be somewhere right here. Just in case if this is lava, I'm just going to go like this. Okay, so there's actually something down here. So there is a cave that has been already discovered. So that's a hint. So I keep going down. Okay, so we're just gonna... Okay! If this is what it's gonna be, I am going to be so mad. So the next coordinates aren't that far, but I'm afraid I am going to be in for a very long adventure. So it's currently in one of these houses, so -3. So it's, welcome to the wonderful adventures of SuperTylerMan. Isn't this fun? So it's 281. It's -4. Okay, so we're currently on the block, and it says to go to 181. Okay, so there's another sign here saying, oh my god. So currently these new coordinates brought me to a desert temple. So it says to go to 55. That means that it's down here. It's telling me to go to a new coordinates called 63, 28, 350. And while I'm at it, let's see if there's anything in... Oh. Dude. Dude, this is not fun.
Oh no, it's very fun.
Dude, this is not fun at all. Why are you making me do this? This is worse than I did to you earlier.
It's not that bad. I'm not having you travel like 3,000 blocks away.
At least it's 3,000 blocks in a single direction, not me going to like 6 different places. Okay, so we're currently about to arrive at my new destination. And it is currently underground again, so 63 and 350. Okay. So it's currently, next coordinates are right here. Let's hope this time we don't have to hit anything cavey like with 2 creepers earlier. So we're currently right here. There's a fucking quill in here. We've been trying to read you about your car's extended warranty. Oh my god! JSD cool? This
Yes.
was not cool.
Hey, at least you got something. Yes. So anyhow, I guess we're gonna go to this location now then. Alright, we have pretty much arrived at the location that he wanted us to be at, and this is a mountain range here. Should have landed here. Anyhow, 300 there, and then we go this way.
After that prank, and pranking JSD Cool earlier this episode, and this episode already getting way too long at this point, let's get on to the third thing for today's episode. Alright, so I lied. We actually did 3 things already on our to-do list. So we expand the mob farm, we add storage system for the mob farm and the iron farm, we started working on our theme park, and the last thing I want to do in today's episode is to start working on a new shop. So coming over here to my little villager area, I trade with villagers here for books. And because since I do trade here every once in a while, I want to make a shop out of books. So our next trip is going to be heading to Spawn and showing you where we're going to be building our new shop. And also, while we're at it, I haven't showed you guys on my channel the Bolt system yet. This was a super fast relay network created by JSD Cool. We're going to take a quick ride in here, and let's place in our pass. Put it back in our ender chest, and ride the Bolt system. And this is what it looks like riding in the Bolt railway system. It is really cool how this is built. Alrighty, so as you can see, we are at Spawn. And while we're at it, let's go check on our shop here. Alright, so water breathing. Okay, I did sell them. I must have collected the profits at some point. I don't remember when. Speed potions we haven't sold. Haven't sold any of that. Haven't sold any of that. Haven't sold any of that. Besides one, and I seriously need to stock on fire resistance. I have it all ready to go. I just haven't stocked it there yet. So if we come over here in this area, you're going to see there's a sign here saying that this is going to be my brand new shop. So in this area right here, we're going to be building our bookshop. And it's going to be made out of iron blocks in the bottom and some stuff on the side here to make it look decorative. So what I'm going to do now is grab materials for the shop, and I'll be right back when we got the materials we need to build the shop. Alright, so as you can see, we have the materials in this shulker box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a time-lapse building this bookshop. And here is a time-lapse of me building the bookshop. Alright, so here's me building the bookshop. So all the footage here you're seeing in this video, besides this overlay audio I'm doing right now, was recorded back in the month of January of 2022. And I am audio recording this overlay for the bookshop in June of 2022. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. After this episode is uploaded, I hopefully will upload at least 3 more episodes this season before the season ends. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, so as you can see, our shop here is now complete. This is our bookshop, and this is what it looks like from the inside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place signs down below these chests, what books I'm going to be selling first. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some signs under the chests, and I will be right back when it's complete. Alright, so I've gone ahead and officially put all the books I'll be selling right now at the shop when I get them in supply. And that completes our entire to-do list for today's episode. But there's one more thing that on the to-do list it says that we have visited earlier this episode, but only for a brief moment. Welcome to Minecraft's 1.18 base for Coolcraft Season 4. So we visited this area earlier this episode because of that one prank that JSC Cool did to me. That was not fun. I hope I never have to do that again. But then we got him back with another prank that we did earlier in this episode as well. For the 1.18 base I'm building this season in this area right over here. So just to give it as like a quick heads up of like what's going on here, here's the nether portal and the storage room for our 1.18 base. It's still under the works, and I even have a couple pop-up shots here. Right down here is a little pond down here. Here's a little wheat farm I built over here. Over in this area, there's a little bridge right here and a pathway leading down to JSC Cool's little house over here. So over this way is the mob farm I built. So you push this lever right here. Zombies will spawn, and they're one hit, so you just hit it a couple times, and loot comes out in these two chests right here. Further down is a roller coaster I started building, but never finished. And I would like to get that done hopefully later this season, before the season ends. And over here is my 1.18 base where I'm going to be building my house. I will not be moving everything over here. It's just like a nice little house to visit when I'm like visiting this area and just have like a place to stay when I want to stay here for a while. So the one thing JSC Cool, that was not on the to-do list, and I did not put that there. I did not give JSC Cool 10 diamonds. Instead, I pranked him 10 diamonds. Okay, so in all serious, so the one thing I want to start in today's episode is build the 1.18 house. So I do have some materials in here I want to build it on, but I'm not like fully sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dig out this area and build a floor here for this episode. And next episode, we may come back here depending on how packed the episode is, because next episode I'm finishing up most of my theme park. So what I'll be doing is to start the framework for the 1.18 house. We'll not get it done today. So I'll be back when the framework of the house is complete. Alright, so as you can see, I got some of the framework done. I'm not doing it all in today's episode because I want to get an idea of how I want this base to be looking like. So we can say that we started building the 1.18 house. And next episode, we may return here. And that, my friends, will wrap up the 10th episode of Coolcraft Season 4. So thank you all for watching the 10th episode of Coolcraft Season 4. Next episode, we'll be working on our theme park and getting it mostly done to prepare it for opening day. I hope you guys are all having a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Coolcraft Season 4. Bye!